Now, for the non-citizen processing, one of the things we've had to do in the years that these surges have happened is repurpose a lot of facility space, whatever we have left, for that. So this area here is for unaccompanied children. You'll see our public lobby space has been reconverted for Title 42 exception processing. Migrant protection protocol processing has been repurposed for some of our pedestrian lanes. About 35% of our pedestrian lanes are repurposed for that. About 65% of our workspace for Title 42 exception process has been repurposed for that. 50% of the public space. And the unaccompanied children, if we have any, will come here and wait for ICE placement for Health and Human Services after being placement. What's behind you here is what happens when we don't have queue management. So these are pictures from 2016. So just like Costco.
2016, you said?
Yes, ma'am. So before we started using queue management in the year 2018, overcrowding was a problem.
Yeah.
And under CDC and travel restrictions and the current COVID restrictions, we certainly can't go back to this type of scenario. So queue management's been very important for us to control the flow. So for us, it looks like Costco from our points. If you've seen Costco where you have the line that never stops, but they just simply make sure that it doesn't get overcrowded inside. So for us in the El Paso area,
So when did things improve?
it started improving around queue management in 2018 when we started to be able to control the flow. In 2019 was the first year we had queue management for the entire year, and we were able to process more non-citizens that year than the year before without queue management. So being able to control that flow really helps so you don't get overcrowded and things start to shut down and stop. Now, it started to get better here recently as well, the streamlined processing that headquarters and Mr. Davies put into place for notice to appear. We're using a lot of innovative technology. So CBP has implemented an application called CBP One App.
Yep.
That the non-government organizations and international organizations are using.
Thanks, our secretary.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
The seed of the idea is the Madam Vice President's.
Thank you, ma'am. So we really appreciate it because getting that advanced information is really helping quite a bit. On the land board environment, we don't get that as much as the air and sea environment. So any advanced information really helps. Facial comparison technology, we've been able to leverage that. It's not facial recognition, facial comparison. We're comparing it to visas and passports that travelers have already submitted or apprehensions that they've already been encountered with. We use it in the pedestrian environment for legitimate travel and trade. We're also now starting to leverage that for migrant protection protocol, non-citizen processing, and the Title 42 exception process to make it faster and more efficient. So we're always looking for areas to improve.
I think one of the things that we've been seeing too is a shift in terms of unaccompanied children. Obviously, we've been working closely with our partners in HHS to expedite the movement and transfer of those children. But we've also seen that because of the way that we're processing family units now, families are choosing not to self-separate on the Mexican side and send their children across on their own because they know if they come through the port of entry as a family unit, we can process them. We've got a processing pathway for them. They're not sending their children through as much unaccompanied. And so that has also greatly helped avoid situations like this because we know, and I think they understand that there's a policy and a pathway for them to seek those protections.
Mrs. Holcomb. Mr. Secretary, you're doing a great job.
Thank you for the great leadership,
Thank
Madam
you,
Vice
all of
President.
you, on the ground.
Would you like to see the Title 42 exception processing, ma'am?
Sorry, I don't think we're doing that, sir.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not.
Understood, yes, sir.
So, thank you again for thanks for the great work done on the ground.
I know we're back in that traffic out
No,
there.
no.